It's now 3:31. 7 members present. Quorum. I would like to welcome the Bastrop County Judge, Judge Klaus. Here, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
And welcome our 2 new members, Fred Marley, Patty Jacobs, Bastrop County, and anybody else, anybody from our local government. We'll go on and we'll continue on and we will do the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag, United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
This flag.
Honor our text flag, pledge allegiance to thee, one day under God, one and indivisible.
Pursuant to District Rule 2.1, the board will conduct its annual election of president, vice president, secretary, treasurer.
I would move to adopt legal counsel's proposal for election method.
Yes, ma'am.
We call for a vote unless there's any discussion.
Discussion on these election. Do a roll call vote.
Not for this one. You just do all in favor.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Opposed? None? Vote. Vote.
There we go. So part 2 of this agenda item is the actual selection of officers. And according to the voting process that you just approved, you, Director Cook, will call for nominations for president, vice president, and secretary treasurer. And also, nominations can also be done as a slate for all 3 positions. And so we would vote on the nominations as they come in. So if there's a slate, you'd vote on that. If it passes, then the officers are elected. If it doesn't, you go forward with any other nominations.
I call from nominations or a slate of nominations.
Like to nominate Nick Texter as president, Tom Arsufi vice president, and Herb Cook as secretary treasurer.
None?
Then we would need to do a roll call. Or the all in favor of the slate would be the vote. We need to start with Director Phillips Burgess.
We do an individual.
We do individual.
Aye.
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 Aye. Herb Cook. Aye.
Aye.
That's 7. All right, that slate passes. And we now have new officers.
Thank you. Mr. Nick Dexter, you are not.
That comes with the job.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, the job starts immediately. If you could just please speak into the microphone. Microphone, please. Thank you.
I really don't need a microphone, but I'll still use it. The item number 2, approval of the January board meeting agenda. Do I have a motion to approve the agenda as written?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none, the agenda passes. Next item is public comments. Board directors will not ask questions or take action during this item. regarding comments on items not on today's agenda. Responses from board directors are limited to factual statements, recitation of existing district policy, or a request for subject to be placed on a future agenda per Texas Government Code 551.042. Any public comments on non-agenda items? Hearing none. Any comments on agenda items? None. Moving on. Consent agenda. Consent agenda items are routine and will be enacted by one motion. There will be no separate discussion or action on these items unless requested by a board director. Consent agenda items are minutes of the December 17th, 2025 regular board meeting, the financial report through December 31st, 25th, for invoices received, payments greater than $15,000. Does anybody want to remove one of the consent agenda items for discussion? Hearing none, I will ask for a motion to adopt the consent agenda. Second.
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Passes. The regular agenda, announcements.
I have some.
Claire, since we've got some new folks here, please introduce yourself.
Yeah, howdy y'all. I'm Claire Marks, I'm the Education and Outreach Coordinator. Today's report, I'll be going over upcoming outreach events and then updates on programs. We have a lot of events in the next couple months. Next week, I'm going to be doing a water conservation workshop to third graders at Smithville Elementary. And then Lexington Rotary Club, the next day I'll be doing a groundwater update. Director Cook, I heard a rumor that you may be there.
Possibly, yes, ma'am.
All right. And then we are putting on a Texas Well Owners Network workshop and well water quality testing. This is with AgriLife, Lee County AgriLife, Texas Water Resource Institute, and the Middle Yewa Creek Watershed Protection Group, Working Group. And this will be February 2nd and 3rd, and we're actually going to be doing it with the Bastrop County location and the Lee County location with workshops in both places. So if you know anyone who wants to get their water tested, this would be a great event for them.
In both counties.
Both counties, yep. And then February 4th, I'll be doing another water conservation workshop to Emmanuel Lutheran School. This will be from third graders all the way to 8th grade. So it'll be a busy day with lots of classes, but I'm excited to talk to them. Then February 6th, we'll be tabling at the Lee County Wildlife Association's annual meeting. We did that last year. It was a great opportunity to just make contact with people in Lee County. And I'm hoping to meet some people who'd be interested in our ag meter program. Then we have been asked to participate in the Bastrop Agriculture and Horticulture Committee. So we're going to be starting that in February. Then we're doing Groundwater 101 for Bastrop County Master Gardeners on February 19th. And our first Rainwater Harvesting 101 workshop of the year will happen on February 28th. We're doing this with Aqua and Bastrop County Master Gardeners. And in order for someone to be eligible for our rebate program, they have to attend one of our workshops. So this will be the first one of the year. Hopefully we'll have 3 or 4 throughout the year after that. Okay, program updates. This year, we've only had 1 inspection, which we're only a few weeks in, so it's okay. I still have 16 approved. Let's see. I have 8 that are I'm waiting to hear back from them that their system has been installed. So we still have 8 systems that I'll be probably inspecting the next couple months. We still have this year $69,675 in funding available for more applicants. Our agricultural production meter program, We are doing this in partnership with the Texas Water Development Board. We were able to get a $50,000 grant from them. And so right now I'm trying to find participants. I've contacted a couple ag producers and they don't want to participate. So it'll be interesting to try and get participants. So if you know anyone who needs an ag meter, this would be a good program for them.
They explain why they don't want.
Like most things in our region, they don't want the government telling them what to do. So that's what I have found. Then we have our student art contest and our photo contest. Both of the deadlines for that is March 31st. We upped the prizes for the photo contest since we did not get any submissions last year. We actually got one submission. It was from a previous director. So I'm hoping we can actually get more submissions this year. For the student art contest, right now we have all the high schools on board. I'm still in the process of reaching out to the elementary schools. It was a great contest last year. The winners we put in a calendar. So if you want a calendar, it's right over there. And you can see all the winners from last year from all the great students. Any questions? Thank you.
Wait a second. Okay, the calendar's over here. Some of the folks here could go ahead and take a calendar with them.
Absolutely. Anyone here can take a calendar.
And if anyone here knows of any folks that may participate in Claire's programs, feel free to call her directly. She responds very, very quickly and is ready to help. So please feel free to talk to her after the meeting or whenever.
Yeah.
Thank you, Claire. Okay. Item 5, B, discussion, consideration, possible action on the 2026 board meeting calendar schedule. I noticed that all of the meetings are set up for the third Wednesday of the month, with the exception of February. Why is that now the fourth Wednesday of the month?
Changing Face of Water Law is a state bar conference held in San Antonio. And it conflicts with our third Wednesday meeting. And historically, directors have liked to go to that meeting. And also your legal counsel will be there presenting.
Okay, and if any of the directors want to go to that, they can get information
From me.
from you.
Yes, I'm the course director this year. So I'm happy to circulate more information.
What days was that again, please?
February 18th through the 20th.
At the same time last year?
Yes, and the first day is Water 101. A really good introduction to groundwater law, surface water law. Yours truly over here is doing the groundwater 101. So I highly encourage you to attend that first day. And then the second 2 days are more advanced courses.
For our new directors, there actually are travel funds to pay for your room and board, and that district picks up and also attend the conference if you are interested.
I'll send an email.
Okay, and talk about that. Our office manager, Peggy, person that handles the money, so please let her know as soon as possible, all of you that want to go. Sorry, Peggy, for pointing you out, but okay. Regular agenda item 5C, discussion, consideration, possible action on signature.
Director,
Vote on it.
President Textor, you can take a vote on the calendar. We
Oh,
adopt
vote on the calendar?
Adopt the meeting dates. at the
Okay,
beginning of the year.
I'll make a motion to adopt as presented.
I'll second.
discussion. All those in favor? Opposed? Hearing none, adopted. Item C, discussion, consideration, possible action on signature authority regarding banking.
Yeah, this is to remove Kay Rogers and Michael Semang. Kay was the vice president and Michael was the secretary treasurer last year. They have now since moved on, retired from the board. So we need to replace their signatures or their names for signatures on our bank accounts. So we'll need the names of two other directors. It would ideally would be the president and the secretary treasurer. It would make sense. But Nick's already a signatory.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm already.
You're already a signatory, so it'd be Herb and I guess it'd be Tom or Sufi. Yeah, makes sense.
That's fine.
So I guess I would offer up.
Well, you can.
So,
That's it.
We do need a motion to approve.
I'll make a motion to add Tom Arsufi.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none, motion passes. Item 5E, general manager's report. No action will be taken. What did I miss?
Item on the text pool account, similar to the last item is 5.
Oh, I thought it was the same one. I'm sorry.
It's very similar, but the text pool has to be separated that's the way text pool wants it.
Okay, discussion, consideration, possible action, a resolution regarding signature authority for the text pool account. Okay, is that usually the same or different?
The same
Individuals?
as the bank account.
Okay, is my name already on that? Okay,
I'll make a motion to add Tom Arsufi.
There's a resolution, so the motion would be to adopt that
Adopt
resolution.
resolution.
I second. Adding.
And
Adding Tom Arsufi and Herb.
okay, so the motion is to add Herb and Tom. We have a motion. Patty seconded. A discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Okay, item 5E, the general manager's report, no action will be taken.
This is the report for this month for January. We've had 11 new Form 100s last month in December and one Form 300. For the new folks, the Form 100 is basically the application for a new permit. And the Form 300s is when there's already an existing well that and they're registering an already existing well. So that's the difference between the 100 and the 300. We had not had any water quality tests or well gauge because we just finished an extensive program where our hydrologists were out in the field and did that about 5-6 weeks ago. Drought conditions, as everyone knows, has worsened. The majority of the district is in D3, extreme drought. Year-to-date rainfall, we're a little bit above in Lee County and a bit below in Bastrop County, but we've had this flash drought here, and so everything has gotten worse. In terms of meetings, there was just recently the 16th of Region K, which I'm the GMA 12 representative for Region K. That is the very first meeting of the new cycle. And so it was just basically a lot of administration and housekeeping, nothing, really involved at this moment because it was just the very first meeting. I believe it's a 5-year cycle, right? And so this is just the first meeting of a 5-year cycle. So there's a lot left to occur there. We've had no pending permits. I just wanted to let everyone know that our well database has been updated. The default now, when you log in, it shows well by aquifer. It used to show well by use. But Gretchen Miller, our hydrologist, thought that it would be much more useful to have our wells listed and coded by aquifer. So that was a change. And then we also now have available Bastrop County and Lee County Improvement District overlays. So when you zoom in, you can click on the overlay for either Bastrop or Lee County, and it will show you the plats on that map. And you can click on it and see all the appraisal district information in terms of the legal acreage and ownership information. That is really helpful for when we go to investigate a new permit. We can go there now to our database. We don't have to jump back and forth between appraisal district and our database. So that was just recently updated. I am looking to get the district files digitized. As you know, the board about a year and a half or 2 years ago, we passed a resolution to digitize our documents. We have 20 years worth of documents in file cabinets. I've gotten 3 quotes so far. My plan is to present that to the board in February. It's high priority for us. It'll make searching through the documents a heck of a lot easier than going through file cabinets and looking through sheets of paper. Yes.
How long do you think it'll take them to get all of that digitized?
3 months is the quotes that I've been getting. Yeah, it should take 3 months. They, the two out of the 3, they will do the, included is the scanning. So they will come in, box it all up. We organize it, and then they take it off premises and they do the scanning. And then the estimate was about 3 months to get that done.
They'll bring everything back to the archive.
Yes, if we request it, they will bring everything back, and then I'll have to speak to legal in terms of what we need to keep and what we can destroy or not destroy at that point. But then all that will be up in the cloud, and then we can search all that information electronically. We can also use our printer, scanner, copier to scan documents, and that will automatically scan it to the cloud. And also there's an artificial intelligence software that reads those documents and then organizes them. So it's going to really improve the efficiency of the district. So that should be for February.
Are there major?
The recurring, there's no major differences in what they provide, but there is a cost difference. The Toshiba was about, well, I don't want to get into it, but there's a cost difference. But the service, yeah, the primary difference right now is cost, and it's the scanning cost. That's the primary difference. The monthly recurring costs, they're on par with one another, the monthly recurring, but it's the scanning that there's a big difference.
We'll have an extended conversation about that in the
Next month, yes. I'm working to improve the audio in this room. We've had comments in the last year that Cheryl and Nancy, they speak very softly, and it's not getting picked up by our ceiling microphones. So I have looked into and purchased desktop microphones that will be on the desks here, and that should really hopefully improve the audio for the folks that are online. So that hopefully will be in place also by February. At least that's the goal. Upcoming meetings, we have a GMA 12 meeting this Friday in Milano, Texas. The main item in that meeting is that we're updating our official run that has been adopted and voted on. And we're updating that model run to the year 2080 as per the Texas Water Board. We needed to, typically the model run had been to 2070, and now they're going to extend that model run to year 2080.
That's August going out to 2080.
And they're updating some pumping from outside the district, from neighboring groundwater areas. So Gretchen and the other hydrologists have reached out to our neighbors to get the relevant pumping that would be relevant to include in our model run. So that was also included in this run. Yes, that's a separate agenda. On the agenda, there's also an agenda item to discuss a GMA-wide mitigation plan. That is also on the agenda. Yeah, well, that's, yeah, all that is to be determined. First we need to take the first step in terms of getting agreement from everyone to actually do it. And then the next step, if we get agreement, then we'll have to iron out all those details. But the first step was just to get agreement. So far, I reached out, and there hasn't been a consensus to do that as of now. And the other thing with that model run is that hopefully that'll is a test run to make sure that all the hydrologists are in sync, so that we don't need a variance. And everyone has shared their assumptions. So at the end of this run, the hydrologists will compare their numbers, and hopefully all the numbers are relatively in line with one another, and then we won't need a variance this cycle, unlike the last cycle where we had this 10% variance. Hopefully the goal is not to need a variance this cycle. And then the next step in February is we're going to start re-reviewing the 9 factors again, given the new model line.
What time do those meetings start?
They start at 10 a.m. and they're always in Milano, Texas, at the Post Oak, Savannah, Groundwater District offices in Milano, Texas.
Okay, just for the information of our new directors, you can't attend those meetings. Like, if you don't want to go all the way to Milano but still want to attend, there is all attendance by board members is mandatory.
In the GMA 12 agenda, which if you're interested, we can or typically send that out. I think Peggy sends out the GMA 12 agenda. You'll see the link to attend remotely.
It's also on the post.
Yeah, and Post Oak, their website houses the GMA 12 website. So if you go to Post Oak's website, there will be a link under meetings for GMA 12, and there they'll have the agenda as well. So Post Oak hosts of the GMA 12 website information. So you can look at that agenda, and there's a remote option as well and that starts at 10 a.m. this Friday. And February 19th. So we've also scheduled GMA 12 for the 19th of February. That's it. Any questions?
Anybody here have any questions for the general manager?
Are we talking about wells now?
Mm,
Wells? Well, that's part of his report. You're talking about new wells? Yeah.
the 11 new wells that were registered recently.
I'm just curious what Hunt community.
Hunt community is the colony. The colony in Bastrop on Highway 71, just west of Bastrop, of the city of Bastrop, there's the colony subdivision. Have you ever seen that?
Yes.
Yeah, it's the Hunt Communities is the underlying owner of the colony. And that's a subdivision just west of the city of Bastrop on Highway 71.
Nancy, it's Highway 71 and 1209. Turn down 1209 going north, you'll run into Collins, huge subdivision.
These are 2 new subdivisions.
No, it's a big existing subdivision. They're just asking for a irrigation well. And they were, so that was the Hunt Communities.
For common areas or something? What are they?
It was also to fill up a lake for irrigation. So they fill up a lake or a pond, and then they take from that pond to irrigate a nearby field. That was a domestic well, so they can use up to, by law, up to 25,000 gallons per day. Actually, excuse me, I'm sorry, I misspoke. There's been a lot going on. That is actually a non-exempt permit for less than, that was treated just like the Circle D. If you recall, last year, there was a Circle D that also asked for a well to fill up a lake. And both those were all non-exempt permits, less than 50 acre feet per year. And they would have to meter that and pay for that operating permit.
Do they already have any other non-exempt?
They did, yes.
In aggregate, how much?
We don't know. Right now, I don't know that off the top of my head.
Any more questions or comments for the GM? Thank you. The next item is consideration of future agenda items. Okay, this would be in addition to the item regarding the 3 quotes to digitize the files, which will be added to the agenda. If anyone has on board here an agenda item, or if you think of it afterwards, please let me know. Does anyone have any agenda items they want to add at this
I
point?
just have a question. Will you be giving a report on the GM?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yeah, during my
yes.
GM report, I will
Okay.
report on the GMA 12, yes.
Okay, setting the date and time of the next meeting, I believe we've done that. It would be on the 4th Wednesday, February 25th, 3:30 p.m. right here. Okay, I don't believe there's any items for an executive session.
President Textor, just a brief one.
Okay,
And I don't mean Greg Ellis brief, like really brief,
okay,
10, 12 minutes.
Okay.
okay.
So if you could announce that we are adjourning into executive
I
session.
know how to do this.
Thank you. I know you do. And I know we all want to go home.
Yes. All right. Okay, we are now going to adjourn and go into executive session. No action will be taken on this. At the executive session, we will reconvene here after the executive session. We will be reconvening.
Into open, and we're going to close the meeting, but we're not going to do anything. So if you want to announce
you.
that people can go home,
Thank you.
that's fine.
So if you'd like to go home, please, thank you all for coming. Please tell your neighbors, always open here. We appreciate anybody and everybody who comes. Thank you so much.
Timestamp it?
Timestamp it at 4:04 p.m.
It's not even happening.
Okay, the meeting is now adjourned. It's 4:27.